Right, so our next topic is about the Gucci family, and obviously we know that the new film with Lady Gaga and what's the other guy's name?
Adam Driver.
Adam Driver. How can I forget? Wicked actor. So yeah, House of Gucci has come out. I've not watched it yet. Have you?
No, and I don't plan to.
Yeah,
I don't support
yeah,
Gucci in any way.
I don't really plan to watch it. It's just I just don't care. So you planning to watch it?
Gucci, na na.
Yeah.
I got no interest now. I'm good.
Nice segue.
No, I'm no good.
Yeah, but
you see, if you sing a bit of a song, I can't help but finish it. So don't do that.
And then I got to dance. See?
Because all I can hear is Christine
Aguilera.
Like it's just in my head. Right, anyway, let's go.
Okay.
Jim Rap, man.
Yeah, like what's up, people?
We don't do Christina Aguilera.
Nah.
Okay.
We do bench presses and bacon. What's that? That's not bacon, baby. Bench presses.
So, the Gucci family are not very happy with Ridley Scott.
Right.
And they're hinting that they're going to take legal action against him over the film. So let's go to the.
Well, I'm not very happy with Ridley Scott.
Yeah, but for other reasons.
For other reasons.
Yeah, but yeah. So it says here. This comes to us via the Hollywood Reporter, and it says the heirs to the Gucci fashion empire have panned Ridley Scott's House of Gucci drama and hinted at possible legal action. The Gucci family reserve the right to take every initiative necessary to, and I'm putting on the voice,
Yeah,
to protect.
I want to hear your Gucci voice.
Well, I'll be Italian then.
Yeah. It's a good one.
To protect the name and image and those of their loved ones, the heirs of former Gucci chairman Aldo Gucci said in a statement published by ANSA, the Italian wire service, on its website on Monday. In a statement widely cited in Italian media, the Gucci family claims Scott and the producers of House of Gucci did not bother to consult the heirs of the fashion empire before portraying their family members as thugs, ignorant, and insensitive to the world around them. Lady Gaga, Adam Driver, and Jared Leto, Jeremy Irons, bloody hell, it's star-studded.
Yeah.
And I might change my mind.
I might have a look,
this.
yeah. It's the lineup.
Yeah.
And
And
you know
Al
what?
Pacino.
I'm not a big fan of Lady Gaga, but she can act.
She can act. I give her a due.
Wow.
I'm not a fan of hers either.
No.
Me too.
Yeah. Starring the true crime saga of the turbulent years that led to the murder of Maurizio Gucci, head of the eponymous Milan fashion house. Gaga plays Black Widow Patricia Reggiani, an Italian socialite who was convicted for hiring a hitman to kill her ex-husband Maurizio Gucci and spent 18 years in prison. Only 18 years. Imagine that. The Gucci family took particular umbrage with Ridley Scott's portrayal of Reggiani in House of Gucci as a victim, an opinion they claim was reinforced by statements that Gaga and other cast members made during the promotion of the movie. The family statement said it was mystifying that a woman convicted of instigating the murder of her ex-husband would be portrayed as a victim trying to survive in a male corporate culture. In the 70 years that the fashion house was a family-owned business, the Gucci said it was an inclusive company, pointing out that in the 80s, the period portrayed in the film, several of the label's top executives, including the president of Gucci America, the head of global PR and communication, and a member of the board of directors of Gucci America, were women. Anyway, that there's enough of that. It doesn't need to be gone into. So basically, the gist of that is that they're not happy that the murderess, who's in jail, or was in jail, she's out now apparently.
Is she?
Patricia,
How old is she
Reggiani.
now?
I don't know.
9,000 years old.
She was portrayed. She was portrayed as a victim in the film, and I kind of see their point, and I'll tell you why. Because I like he knows I love the films that are based on true stories, I love going back and finding out about the true story. So I went and dug a bit because I don't really care about Gucci and such, but I went and found out about the story.
It's history.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it turns out that this woman was an entitled bitch. And I'm putting that as nicely as I can.
Right.
She was once quoted after being sentenced to prison. Was it being sentenced to prison or either? Because she was going to be. The reason why she killed her husband was he was going to marry someone else, which means that she was not going to be getting the money. She was literally getting like $1 million a year or something like that.
It wasn't enough, no?
That was going to be severely reduced if he married again. And she wasn't happy with that. And she was quoted by saying, because someone said, well, why don't you just go to work? And she said, I've never worked a day in my life. And I don't intend to start now. I'm like, what the fuck? And you're going to portray someone like that as a victim. So I see their point. But anyway.
Self-entitled. Being a douche.
Leon, you hearing that?
Yeah.
What do you make of this whole thing? And I know it's Ridley Scott, so again, what do you think of this whole thing about them, wanting to sue him and not happy with the way he's portrayed certain people in the film?
I think
I haven't watched it.
No, not having watched it, but I think if it can be proven that they're the facts, then they should be able to sue. Because I don't think that's fair.
Yeah,
it's not fair. Many, but what they have to remember also is if she wasn't portrayed as the victim, what's the narrative? Do you know what I mean? Like where the directors are looking for a certain angle, and in many films they have lied and changed it just to give it that something. So is he just done that? Is he got a vendetta against them?
Or like he's got against comic book films.
Like comic books, like comic book films. Does he not like Gucci?
Oh man.
But it's one of those. It's one of those. Like, do they really care? Gucci? I don't know. But I don't see Ridley Scott wearing Gucci, do you?
No, I do not.
No,
I do not.
Dumb rappers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear Gucci. Why? Why really? Bill Gates? Gucci? No. It's just it just doesn't happen, does it?
No.
Elon Musk? Gucci? Nah. Let me get a rocket and go do something.
Yeah.
Let me do something.
Yeah. So rappers take heed. The richest guys in the world don't Gucci themselves out and shit. No. So anyway.
Yeah.
No. My only Gucci t-shirt I got at a second-hand store and it was £5.
I got one from Thailand.
Oh, okay, so you know it's balls.
Yeah.
It was called Gucky, not Gucci.
Yeah.
Fucci.
It was called Gutta.
As in fake.
Yeah.
It's fake Gucci.
Yeah.
Leon. Sorry.
You're going again, bro.
Damien, what do you make of all of this? Honestly, I
look at it the same way Leon does, and on top of that as well, Leon made a really good point, or kind of touching from there. You remember Pain and Gain with Mark Wahlberg and The Rock?
Yes.
I was looking for something I could remember, but
they took a story where you've got three people who were despicable characters, and then they exploited it and made it fun, kind of
to the point where the guy who's the victim, the first victim, he wanted to sue because of that. Yeah, he wanted to sue. I remember. Yeah.
So I look at that and I think, to Leon's point, like if there is truth to it, then by all means they should sue the pants off of them.
Yeah.
Because I think it's really poor taste by Hollywood when you take a story and then you change the narrative to fit an audience to bring in money because you think, the controversy sells, when actually what you're doing now is you're changing people's physical lives and what they've lived. Like, I'm all for biopics where they tell the story of what actually happened. But when you change the narrative, which has even been done with religious pics, but when you change the narrative to basically fit, whatever budget you want to get back in from this, or what money you want to make, or what story you want to tell, that doesn't sit very well with me. I don't like it.
Because it's no longer biopic then, is it? It's no longer a true story. It's fiction, basically.
I mean, they even did the one Tom Cruise did one recently. He plays the air pilot, and he's taking the
Yeah,
money.
the drug.
Quite a bit of that was actually not what happened.
Right.
So I do take a bit of umbrage myself when they do stuff like that. So to take Gucci's phrase from them, but I don't know. I mean, it's if it actually turns out that it is bollocks and Gucci is just trying to save face because I don't want to have the spotlight shown on what they really are, then it kind of works both ways. Are Gucci really, as a family, this disgusting, which they possibly are? I mean, it's a world of fashion.
Rich family, entitled,
yeah. Born into money, died in money. Born into money, died into money.
Don't understand anything outside of that bubble.
Yeah,
so it's like,
I could say I could say some other things but that would be quite controversial, so we won't go there. But we'll talk off camera.
Yes. I mean, if there's truth to it, then not you guys need any more money, but Gucci go get your money. If there's no truth to it and you guys are just trying to save face, then all for you, it's going to come out in the wash sooner or later. So it's pretty much the way I look at it.
Okay, while I agree with both of you, I will say this, and it just occurred to me.
Did it really just occur?
It just occurred to me.
Yeah.
Hollywood. Do you notice that they've done this a lot? As you said, they did it with Pain and Gain. They skew the facts, but they've never been sued over it. Really?
No.
Do you know why? That's why I said it. Just occurred to me. So I heard this a few years ago. It might have been on the John Campy show. It might have been from someone else. But there's phrases that Hollywood uses at the beginning of these films.
Based on.
Right.
Or at the end, based on a true story.
Yeah.
Based
on,
true.
So when they say based on a true story, it has to tell the truth. When they say inspired by a true story, they can take liberties because it's inspired by. That means we don't have to. We can change whatever we want to change.
But when they say based on that doesn't mean it's a true story. The base is your boxer, your career. Olubamiwo's story. Like it's based on you.
It's based,
but they're gonna do things to embellish, like
but then you see, then they have to get my approval.
Do they?
Yeah, if it's based on
okay,
because you have heard times when they have to go to the person who they're making the film,
which you would expect,
and get their blessing because that's when it's based on.
Right.
When it's inspired by, they can do whatever the hell they want.
Well, I know Ridley Scott's no idiot.
Oh, how long has he been in the game?
You ain't gonna be able to sue him for jack.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
he would have covered his back.
He would have covered his bases. Yeah, and wherever studio is what he's working with would have covered their backs. Yeah, because they've been in the game too long. Come on, man. You know what I mean? So
controversy sells, and they know everyone's gonna turn up to see it,
and they know all the angles. All the angles
or whatever.
So that's so you guys have learned a valuable lesson now. When they say inspired by, it's not necessarily a true story, and they can change whatever they want to change in it. But when it's based on the true story, then they have to stick to the facts. They have to stick to the facts. So yeah, I mean, I'd like to see where this story goes. I personally, as Leon pretty much said, and as you pretty much said, I don't see it going anywhere because the Ridley Scott's not a beginner at this game.
No.
And as much as we might not like him that much,
I'm not saying I don't like him. I'm just saying he's making questionable comments.
I did not like the superhero comment. I thought that was very crass. And not just what he said, but it's the way he's with all the swearing and
but
it's unbecoming.
He's been known to be like that though. He's always been a potty mouth.
He's like that grumpy grandpa, isn't it? That just don't like people.
For years.
You know what I mean?
This ain't real music.
I can imagine him saying about rap, innit?
Yeah.
What is this noise?
What is this?
You know what I mean? But yeah, so we'll wait. We will keep updated on this story as and when we can. But yeah, let us know what you think of. Have you seen the film first of all, House of Gucci? What did you think of it? Do you know anything about the true story? And do they take liberties?
Do your own Gucci.
Yeah.
I don't.
And what do you think about this possible legal case? Leave us some comments down below and let us know what you think.